Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about objectives of O-Chain. The main objective of O-Chain is to find out the regularity or irregularity of transaction, frauds or errors. So what is regularity? Regularity means maintaining the record and performing the work compliance with the rules, regulations and law is called regularity. But irregularity means doing the work crossing to the lines of rules or regulations or laws is called irregularity. So some of the major objectives of O-Chains are given below. You can see that. So the first point is, the first objective of O-Chain is to detect errors and frauds. So all the transactions are to be supported by evidences. Evidences are nothing but your vouchers, invoices, debit note, credit note are the vouchers. So each and every transaction must be supported with the evidences. So each document should be proved by authorized authority. So with the help of O-Chain, we can detect errors and frauds by verifying each transaction. So we have to verify the transactions with the evidences so that we can find out and detect the errors and frauds, and the planned frauds can also be detected through this O-Chain. So that's why O-Chain is one of the major, detecting errors and frauds is one of the major objectives of O-Chain, because it helps us to detect the errors and frauds. And the second important objective is to know the truth of account. See, we can easily know the truth of account. That means each and every transaction is checked and rectified on the basis of support document. See, here in O-Chain, we are going to verify, we are going to compare our accounting numerical figures with the vouchers. We are going to compare your figures with the vouchers, evidences. So truthness of the accounts can be easily identified through this O-Chain. And the third important objective is to find the unrecorded transactions. So O-Chain helps to find out the unrecorded or missing transactions. If any voucher is found unrecorded, or auditor can suggest to record such transactions. See, through this O-Chain we can identify the unrecorded transaction, because business organizations will have lot of transactions, they will have n number of transactions, and while transferring those transactions from journal to ledger or from ledger to the trial balance, we are going to omit some transactions. So those transactions can be identified or rectified through this O-Chain. So that's why this is a very important objective of O-Chain, to find the unrecorded transaction. So if you miss any one transaction, that is going to make a huge impact on your financial statements. Your balance sheet will not tally, your profit will not be proper. So you have to be very careful while watching the transaction. And the fourth important objective is to know that all the transactions are authorized. So here, if the transactions are made on the consent of consent authority, such transactions are known as authorized transactions. So authorized transactions means any transactions you made in the organization, you should take a permission from the concerned authority. So such transactions are known as authorized transactions. If transactions are not authorized, if you have not taken permission from the concerned authority, so such transactions can be fictitious transaction. So such fictitious assets can be found with the help of O-Chain. So you can also identify the fictitious assets. That's why this O-Chain is very important in every organization. And the fifth point is to know that only the business transactions are recorded. So it is very basic objective, that only business transaction, only the transactions which are measured in terms of money and business transactions are recorded in the books of accounts, and non-business transactions and non-material transaction or immaterial transactions are ignored. Sometimes transactions are performed for individual purpose also, but payment is made out of business. Such transactions should not be recorded in account of business. So that means your personal transactions are ignored. You are not supposed to record your personal transactions in the company's books of accounts. And if transactions are recorded, so what if the transactions are recorded? If those transactions are recorded, we can find it with the help of Oching. And to know the real profit or loss of the business, such transactions are to be separated. Thank you.